than when Dave Campbell's Texas Football is available, and it's been available now for a couple of weeks on your grocery store shelf or convenience store. It's also available digitally for the first time ever. You can, get this on your iPad now for the first time. That's a little different. Johnny Manziel's on the cover. He's got to be, right?
Has to be.
With the headline of Encore, exclamation point. Really good article on Manziel in here that's written by Kevin Sherrington. And he brings up a couple of copy points about Manziel that I'd forgotten. I remember this was written about last year, but A&M fans probably owe a great deal to former SMU coach Tom Rossley, because he was the one who was actively recruiting Manziel, not only at the point where he eventually signed with A&M, but going back to A&M football camps when he was in high school and Manziel was going there and Rossley built a relationship with him. What a key that was. And his pitch to the Manziel family was, your son is going to be a legend. He needs to be a legend in the state of Texas, not Oregon. And
okay.
I guess that really hit with and resonated with Johnny Manziel eventually. And he also told them at the time, because he was in Green Bay as an offensive coach, that Manziel reminded him of Brett Favre and told him that. I guess maybe a little smaller version, but certainly reminded of him. And, yeah, he had some definite Favre-like moments last year. Also in this is that Rossley said that had Ryan Tannehill been injured his last year at A&M, that they would have taken the red shirt off of Manziel and they would have started him. I'd never heard that before.
Wow.
So that's what they thought of him. They knew he was special, maybe not quite that special, but they knew his special his freshman year. Also noted there, there's been 8 Heisman Trophy winners from Texas colleges over the years. But Manziel is only the second to come back to school the next year.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, because, I guess a lot of them were seniors.
Right.
John David Crow.
Right.
Earl Campbell.
Doak Walker.
Doak.
Easy there.
Doak Walker wasn't a senior.
Oh, that's right. He was a junior.
He was the only other one to come back
right.
to school the next year and finished third in the Heisman in 1949 after winning it in 48. That's pretty good trivia there.
Boy. Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah.
Davey O'Brien.
Right. He was
Andre
a senior.
Ware.
Mm-hmm.
Was Andre Ware a senior or did he go pro?
I don't know that he was a senior. I think he just went pro.
Yeah. Vince Young.
No, not a Heisman. No.
Or is he, since Reggie Bush had to forfeit his?
Oh.
Is he officially the Heisman winner, or is that vacant?
I guess it's just vacant. Yeah, they didn't list him as the Heisman winner in Texas football.
RG3.
RG3.
How many more do we need?
You're just missing one. He's a Longhorn.
Ricky.
Yeah, Ricky Williams, 98. But pretty interesting. Manziel's only the second one to go through this, and then the extreme of that as a freshman. There, of course, is the Texas Top 300 recruiting list, which is pretty interesting to go. Who's the top 300 in the state?
This is for the upcoming year or last year?
Yeah, kids to keep an eye on for this year. Always like going through that. Also, they have
Who's
a
number
list.
one, by the way? Do you have that in front of you?
I can find it here shortly
as
I look up the list of states that signed Division I letters of intent last year. Texas led the way.
As usual, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much Texas and Florida every year. 379 student athletes from the state of Texas signed letters of intent.
How many for Florida?
357.
Okay.
So pretty close, followed by California, 333, Georgia. And I've noticed that.
Wow.
Making out depth charts over the last few years of teams who play in the South or Southeast, there are a ton of players from Georgia.
Stone Mountain, Georgia seems to have so many kids that come out of it to play college ball.
And it's not that big a state compared to those other three.
Man, there's some football teams out there. And Ohio's is fifth, yeah. All right. Why don't you crank up some fight song music in there, Jer, and let's go through one of my favorite parts of Dave Campbell's Texas football, and that is the high school preview section I thought we would go through our alma maters here and see what's in store for us in 2013. Let's start with Bishop Dunn.
Okay.
Did you realize that last year you guys went to the playoffs?
I had no idea.
With a losing record.
Oh. How?
Y'all were 4-6. I don't know. You're 4-6.
So they must have won all 4 games in district?
And had the small district? Oh, no?
I don't think so. It says here they went 1-5 in district.
Huh?
I don't know.
Oh, no.
That private school thing, I don't understand. Y'all are Division 1, District 1?
Yeah,
so I guess you got...
they had TAPS?
Yeah, TAPS. I think it's TAPS Big School, right?
Yeah.
But they're actually the smallest high school in that TAPS Big School division.
That makes no sense.
So it's a little unfair.
Well, Texas football says y'all are loaded with talent this year.
Wow.
But you're picked to finish 6th out of 7.
How is that?
I don't know.
That TAPS district must be loaded.
It must be. But I don't know, maybe that makes the playoffs in TAPS if you're 6th and loaded with talent.
So you're telling me they made the playoffs last year with 1 district
That's
win?
what it said, yeah. Last year they were 4-7 and 1-5 in district.
Wow. How is that possible?
I don't know.
Easy state for football.
I don't know. How about Gordo's Richardson Eagles?
You bet.
They were a playoff team last year.
Okay.
That's right. You better believe we were.
Yeah,
Had a pretty good little run, too.
Yeah, no idea.
Not
Pretty good
really.
little run in the playoffs.
Because you had the identical record of 4-7 as you got annihilated in the first round.
I'll take it.
Okay, so we love these schools, but they shouldn't be in the playoffs, right?
No.
With a losing record? Is that because they now take the entire district?
They take 4.
They take 4. There's 2 big schools and 2 small schools, right?
Yeah.
Out of every district.
Every district.
That's too many. Way too many.
Brian Chandler's bunch this year at Richardson picked 4th. So that's a playoff team.
What happened to Winston Duke?
He's kind of like
probably like 100 by now.
He's not 100. He's like coach emeritus there.
Okay.
I think he still is a
Is he
coach
like the athletic
somehow.
director there now?
He's something. So, something.
Something.
Is he's what Pat Riley is to Eric Spoelstra? Winston Duke is to this Brian whatever?
Yeah.
Brian
First of all, who are the first 2 guys? I'm not even sure.
Lake Highlands, the alma mater of one Rich Phillips.
What's up?
You almost shut that school down. You were such a failed.
I tried.
Rich was on the smoking team at Lake Highlands. He was not on the football team, but you did play in the band, though, didn't you?
I went to every football game all 3 years.
In the Boneyard.
Yes, sir.
The Lake Highlands Wildcats went 8-3 last year.
Hell yeah.
Only 6 returning starters, though.
Uh-oh.
And
Setting off the Craig Way alarm.
they are picked to go to the playoffs, so they're picked as a top 4 team at 9-5. So you got that going for you.
It's awesome.
The R.L. Turner Lions in District 6-5A. Still stinging from the 0-10 record of a year ago.
Oh, no.
But we got a new coach in Michael Ramirez, and we're still picked last. 8th in 6-5A.
It's going to take MRAM a little time to turn it around.
Not his nickname.
All right, Fernando didn't go to school in the state of Texas, but he's invested in Richardson Pierce. Is that right?
Yes,
Fernando.
one just graduated, 1 in.
Y'all went 2-8 last year.
Academics. It's all about academics.
At Pierce. But Randy Robertson's hoping for better things this year. That's the coach at South Grand Prairie. I don't know who your coach is, but you're picked 6th this year. South Grand Prairie, the Warriors of South Grand Prairie, the alma mater of Big Strong Jeremy. Were you on the smoking team also in high school?
No, still on the smoking team.
We did the choir back then.
Choir. You go from choir to smoking.
Pretty much, yeah.
Y'all went 5-5 last year, and you were picked to finish 6th this year in District 7-5A, which would have you miss the playoffs.
Oh, no.
I think it's kind of breaking news that Jared was in choir. I want to hear him sing.
We've heard him sing before.
I've never heard him sing.
Yeah, we had him. Early in his tenure here, we had him sing show tunes.
Boy. It was miserable. It was horrible. Nobody wants to hear that ever again.
I think you ought to prepare another show tune.
Speaking of horrible, the combined record last year for all of our alma maters here on the morning show, 23-37.
Pretty good. But 2 playoff teams. Or 3 playoff teams.
That's right. Hell, Lake Highlands got you 8 of those wins.
That's right.
Come on.
Lake Highlands was the bell cow. So there it is, Dave Campbell's 2013 Texas football. Just some of the highlights from it. It's awesome, and it always gets me fired up for football season. Up next, we have Gordo and Muse in the news.
Horrible parenting next.